Alright, 3 signs you might need a new copywriter, whether you're hiring for a marketing agency, for your small business, or just recruiting for a staffing agency. This is how you know you're going to need a new copywriter. We're going to talk about these 3 things, but if you don't know who I am, first, my name is Eric DiGiovanni. I'm founder and CEO of brand copywriting agency Diamo. I've personally written copy for some of the biggest brands in the world, including Amazon and Hulu, and I'm making this video so if you find yourself in need of a copywriter, maybe you want to work with me. So, 3 signs you need a new copywriter. We're going to talk about turnaround time, meetings and briefs, and revisions. And just so you know, this video is probably going to be really short, but let's start with turnaround time. If your copywriter is constantly needing extensions and does not deliver either on time or early, and preferably early, it's a very, very, very bad red flag. And obviously, this is obvious. This is all obvious stuff. But the way you even find out if your copywriter is good before you even hire them, like let's say you're interviewing, is you give them a work test. And if they deliver the work test early, that's a really good sign. If they go above and beyond on the work test, that's a really good sign. If they deliver the work test on the day it's due, it's probably not a good fit. Especially if they deliver it late, it's probably not a good fit. They're not serious about the job. If they deliver the bare minimum on the work test, it's not a good fit. The best fit is someone who goes above and beyond and always delivers on time or early, and preferably early. Next is, and this could also be in regards to the work test, is like, do they have questions about the brief? Are they requesting meetings to talk about the brief? And most times, if you have someone who just can't read a brief, and obviously sometimes briefs are just not done well, that does happen. But in my experience, most of the times, I don't need a meeting to talk about the brief. I usually do not. Usually I'll submit something first, and then if we need a meeting about it, we can, to see where I went wrong. But most of the time, if you're going to submit a brief or submit a request for copy, you shouldn't need a kickoff call and then another call to talk about the brief and a ton of meetings about a single brief. The best copywriters that I know in corporate or even in startups, they can tackle briefs at a very high level and deliver at a strategic level without needing a ton of information. And then the last thing right here is revisions. This is pretty obvious, but if you're constantly revising their copy, it's obviously not a good sign. Especially if you have to do at least one round of revisions every time they submit their work, it's probably not a good sign. There are some exceptions to this. Where if you're on a big copywriting team where there's 5 of you and you're checking each other's work and you have slight improvements here and there, that's one thing. And if you're copy chiefing, copy editing, quality controlling, there's obviously going to be room for error. There's always going to be 1 or 2 things that could be improved or something like that when someone else is reading your work. But if the whole document needs to be revised, or there's tons of spelling errors or grammar errors every time they give you a submission, that's a very, very bad red flag. So consider hiring a new copywriter if you have issues with any of these. And another thing would also just be collaboration. Is this guy or girl a pain to collaborate with? If they are, there's so many copywriters out there who are not a pain to collaborate with. So there are a ton of copywriters who just don't get it, and there are a ton of copywriters who do get it. And you definitely want to be working with the ones who do get it. So if this video helps you, give us a thumbs up on YouTube, leave a comment, and hopefully maybe in the future we'll work together. All right, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.
Diamo.